Battle between mother-in-law and her daughter-in-law part 3. A new wife slapped her mother-in-law and insisting on doing nothing wrong. As soon as Israel finished talking about wanting a divorce with immediate effect, he wanted to dash out of the house, but Yetunde held his hand and said, "You don't mean it, do you? That's a joke, right?" She asked desperately. Her body had started shaking. "No, I mean it. Why would I joke with someone who sees my mom as a joke? Get your stupid self out of my life, and for a start, leave my house today." As soon as Yetunde heard that, the gravity of what was about to happen dawned on her, and she went on her knee, rubbing her hand anxiously and saying, "No, you can't do that to me," and saying, "No, you can't do that to me. You know I can't live without you. Please, I am sorry. Please don't do this. Please don't leave me. I will beg her. I will beg your mother. Please don't divorce me. You know I love you. I can't live without you. Please." She was pleading desperately, as if her life depended on it. And yes, her life did depend on it, because she loved Israel so much and was convinced that Israel loved her too and couldn't live without her. That was why she was acting rude and aloof. But hearing what Israel just said and how firm he was with his words, Yetunde couldn't take it anymore. Her heart was pounding in her chest. Israel jacked her hand and dashed out of the house. After saying this for the last time, "Pack out of my house. I don't want to see you when I get back." Yetunde remained on the floor, crying profusely. A few minutes later, Israel entered the house with two men helping him as he packed Yetunde's belongings and took them outside. Yetunde was trying to stop him, but he pushed her angrily. Yetunde packed her belongings to one side and went to her mother, who had been calling and testing her to go and beg her mother-in-law, but she had been telling her to mind her own business. Something like this must not happen in our society. Why would you slap someone old enough to be your mother, and even older than me, your mother? Rude to you or not, you were stupid for returning the slap. Would you return the slap if I had been the one that slapped you? Messages like these and more from her mother are what Yetunde had been ignoring. But when the matter had gotten out of hand, she now thought of going to her mother. Someone who still wants her husband won't behave rudely to his mother like that. Would you have been happy if my son's wife slapped me because I had slapped her? You should have trusted your husband and let him warn his mom. But you went ahead and slapped his mother. And let's now say that the deed has been done. You were still acting rudely to your husband instead of apologizing. We can't chase a bad child to a tiger to kill. Since Yetunde's mother doesn't want her daughter to divorce her husband, she agreed to follow her to the mother-in-law. Yetunde's parents gathered all her father's family members and went to beg Israel's mother and family, but to no avail. They still insisted on the divorce. In fact, Israel's anger had become much more now than before. He kept saying he no longer wanted Yetunde no matter what. Yetunde's family continued to plead with Israel's family, but Yetunde was no longer having it. Her heart had hardened, and seeing how Israel was so hell-bent on divorcing her, she kept thinking about how miserable she would be without him. Yetunde suddenly ran out of the house and dashed toward a moving car in a desperate attempt to end her own life. Fortunately, Israel followed her swiftly and was able to catch her before she was hit by the car. Everybody was so shocked and scared. Seeing Yetunde's willingness to sacrifice her life for her love for Israel, Israel's mother's anger cooled down and she forgave her immediately. Israel was so shocked that he started crying too. The head of Israel's family acknowledged the rudeness of Yetunde's previous action, but also preached the importance of patience and forgiveness to her mother-in-law. "Susan, if only you had been more patient, you would not have slapped your son's wife, and Yetunde would not have slapped you back. And you, Yetunde, we are all moved that you are willing to sacrifice your life to save your marriage. You would have insisted on the divorce. How could you slap your elder like that, the one who gave birth to your spouse? Let's all always be patient and handle all matter with patience." Yetunde kept apologizing, and Susan stood up, hugged Yetunde, and also apologized to her for slapping her first. Israel hugged Yetunde too, while kept sobbing. This brings us to the end of this story. Do you like how the story ended? If yes, type yes in the comment section, and if no, type your reason in the comment section. Subscribe, like this post, comment, share, repost this post for more interesting stories like this. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all.